Welcome back to the Coin Lady channel. Here, we will discuss XRP. We will discuss further topics as well. Therefore, let's begin here. Although the return of funds is good news for previous users, the possibility of a relaunch is intriguing. Bankrupt FTX has recovered $7.3 billion in assets and is considering a quarter to revive. In particular, for many investors, the three initials FTX stand for a period of time that can only be described as hell on earth. Since we are now involved in cryptocurrency, we will never again use FTX as a means of investment. But what about the influx of fresh crypto mines? Similarly, they're probably not going to want to use FTX. Consider this. They've had everything laid out for them for months. As far as I can tell, rebranding is the only way ahead now that FTX and crypto are dead. Bitcoin is a gaming token, according to Warren Buffett. One of the most prominent investors in financial history has spoken out against a cryptocurrency yet again. In his most recent attack on Bitcoin, Warren Buffett compared it to a gambling token. Most cryptocurrency enthusiasts, including Bitcoin maxers, may now be thinking, what does Warren Buffett know? Age has caught up with him. He's technologically challenged. Maybe you shouldn't be so sure that he doesn't get crypto. Warning: be mindful. Those who don't study the past are destined to repeat its mistakes. True, as stated by Winston Churchill. Buffett predicted the dot-com boom would burst in 1999. The young, trendy billionaires in their Lamborghinis mocked him. The entire structure broke down in the year 2000. Bitcoin is a potential risk, he says. The government is aware of Satoshi's identity but has been pretending otherwise for some time. Why? In 1999, CNBC aired Buffett's warnings about the dot-com bubble. Warnings about Bitcoin are now being displayed. Bitcoin seems like the granddaddy of all con games. Whoever lost would point to government incompetence as proof that decentralization is doomed to fail. It's starting to sound like something Dan Penn, the $1 trillion man, would say. He predicted Bitcoin's value would plummet to zero if its creator were ever publicly identified. Is Warren Buffett, then, providing a heads-up this time? We must also reserve judgment at this time. U.S. high pricing will be something that Americans have to deal with for a long time. BlackRock is practically connected to everything, therefore I would rather trust them. I'm sure they are aware of it already. While personal, household, and credit card debt continue to rise, savings remain negative. The middle class is disappearing entirely. In the same way that holding gold and silver is a wager against the system, so is investing in cryptocurrency. Many people are avoiding financial institutions. Since inflation is expected to continue climbing, people are looking for profitable investment opportunities in order to protect themselves financially. The time is right to put money into cryptocurrency. I still have hope that things will improve. When will Fed act? Now you know why I dislike Fed. To me, this seems like the first step towards a Cbdc. But the question, do you think the Fed is now tied to Ripple? Keeps coming up. Will Ripple be a component of this? Try searching for Villani Fed or Villani Technologies on Google. Villani are beginning to tremble at this point. There's the link between you two. So, let's talk about Sathium now. That has always seemed fishy to me, and I think it's just a diversion if nothing else. All the parts you require are here before your very eyes, Villani. Pay, clear, and settle requests, as well as other forms of messages, are now available 24/7,365. Built-in value-added services for managing sanctions, fraud, and liquidity. That sums up Villani. The connection to Villani is then apparent. We see Villani as an essential collaborator in establishing Ripple's next-generation, data-rich, instantaneous payment system. Now, I still think the Fed has been secretly collaborating with Ripple since at least 2017. In my opinion, the SEC case is only a stalling technique until Fed now is also ready to go. Since 1921, there has been no United States Treasury. Here, have a look. With this in mind, the IMF has introduced Unicorn, a global CBDC. Many nations are adopting or very close to adopting a digital counterpart of paper currency, and opponents of central bank digital currencies are becoming increasingly vociferous in their opposition of this trend. In other words, this is a cornerstone of global finance. The position of the International Monetary Fund is crystal apparent at this point. The Worldwide Monetary Fund (IMF) unveiled its own worldwide central bank digital currency, the Universal Monetary Unit, at this year's spring meetings. Also known as a unicorn, UMU. This is also a major development, as it concerns a proposed central bank that would serve as a hub for the world's other central banks. Is there any mention of ripples? The basic notion is still based on an international non-national currency, and XRP might fit the bill because it already does in most aspects. This would make it possible for the IMF and the World Bank to use XRP as a settlement currency. While maintaining equilibrium and bilateral ties, XRP might be used as a settlement medium between banks of the world by the IMF, serving together with the World Bank as a central bank for central banks. That's how XRP will connect every CBDC in the world, regardless of which network protocol is used to establish them. The head of the IMF knows a lot about Ripple and its technology in currency since she has singled it out in the past, calling it a disruptor, for example, above other digital assets. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) would be wise to leverage the established technology and trustworthiness of Ripple's XRP network to advance the next global monetary system. Now some of the pieces are falling into place. The pieces are beginning to fit together. What about XLM, though? The most recent report from the IMF. They will both be stablecoins, despite the trolls who doubted that they were. The question is how much? In my opinion, XRP is blockchain gold and XLM is blockchain silver. You may recall that I frequently addressed this topic by insisting that such claims did not require any sort of backing in order to be taken seriously. However, RippleNet's XRP and Stellar Network's Stellar Lumens are the only two digital currencies that can be classified as stablecoins. Both Ripple and Stellar allow for more rapid and cost-effective international money transfers than traditional correspondent banking. Everything is starting to make sense, and like I predicted earlier, I think XRP and XLM will eventually become close in value to one another. They are going to be partners in global enterprise. And I think it all begins with the IMF. With ISO 20022 paving the way for cross-border interoperability without correspondent banks by the end of 2023 and Ripple being hailed as the next DLT-based payment infrastructure, the market infrastructure is well on its way to achieving cross-network interoperability. And it appears twice in the list. It demonstrates two potential applications. However, Ripple will in fact be integral to it all, and I'm not convinced that ISO has proven its worth. That, I believe, is yet in the future and will develop gradually. It's smart to stock up on supplies whenever the price is right. These rates will eventually disappear forever. Indeed, that is the case. The current price of XRP is around 50 cents. At some point, you'll wish you'd bought it now, when prices are so low. One day, XRP purchases may consist solely of decimal places. In what ways does crypto now impact the global economy? At first they ramble on and on about how bad hackers are and how illegal things are being done online. The bottom line, though, is that crypto has had both beneficial and negative effects on the global economy. Cryptocurrencies' decentralized and transparent characteristics might increase financial inclusion, spur innovation, open up investment options, and lower transaction fees. However, cryptocurrencies' widespread adoption and incorporation into the global economy is hindered by issues like as their high volatility, lack of regulation, energy consumption, and cybersecurity concerns. It's irrelevant how unstable cryptocurrency is, you know. You may avoid future price fluctuations by investing now in the correct cryptocurrencies. In my opinion, eventually everything will shift. The cycles will change from what we're used to seeing. The value of cryptocurrencies will instead be determined by international central banks. You could see it happening gradually, but I also get the sense that more and more businesses want to adopt crypto as well. The United States is making things extremely difficult by pushing an anti-crypto agenda through the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and even the White House, which treats cryptocurrencies like illegal drugs. But we are wise to this. We are a group of crypto investors. We're staying the course because we've seen this movie before and know how it ends. In the end, XRP will skyrocket, making us all financially independent. So, with that, I'll be ending this video. Please accept my gratitude for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who has seen my videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.